Hello, it's Sean here, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be bringing you a guide on how to get the Super Simian Sphere, I believe it's called. And here's what it does: turns you into a big gorilla in a bubble, and this is a toy from Wrath of the Lich King. Now this toy is a world drop from any level 80 to 81 elite from Northrend, and I believe it has a 0.01% drop chance of any of those mobs, which equals to about a 1 in 10,000th chance of actually looting it. So I'm going to be showing you a few spots where I think's best. First spot is just in Icecrown, just on the left outside Icecrown Citadel is the Cathedral of Darkness. Now what makes this place special is that this room is absolutely filled with trash and is commonly farmed for Frostweave cloth by a lot of people. So expect this place to be almost always full of other farmers, like one there. It's rare that I ever saw this place alone, and you want to be cross-realm jumping because each time you cross-realm jump, the trash will respawn essentially. Secondly, we have the dungeon Pit of Saron on heroic difficulty, and I'll tell you why in a minute. This dungeon is absolutely full of trash, and the reason you want to do it on heroic difficulty is because on heroic difficulty there's a chance of dropping the battered hilt, which you can get as long as you don't kill any bosses. You can pull all the trash like I'm doing now, go outside, reset the dungeon, and head back in and farm this 10 times an hour. I'd recommend this one over the first spot because essentially all the trash in this dungeon is yours. There's no competition for tagging any of the mobs, and there's quite a lot of trash. You just pull it all together, do what I'm doing now, hard to block their line of sight because they're all goddamn casters, and loot them all and see if you get lucky. Now this is the third spot, and this is the spot that I farmed because I think this is essentially the best one. So what you want to do is go to Nexramus and put the difficulty to 10 man. And you want to go in, you want to kill all the initial trash, all these bats, all these slimes. And I will be explaining how this works, because if you've looked on Wowhead or looked up how to get this toy, everyone says do the Nax method, but the problem I had is that I had problems resetting the trash in the raid. And I read a lot of comments, people saying, oh, you can't reset trash in raids. People saying, yeah, you can, but then no guide actually telling you how. So I'm going to actually explain how you do this and hopefully be the first person to actually just go into some detail. So you want to kill the first boss, Noth the Playbringer, I believe his name is. You want to come into the second room here and just pull all of the trash. I would recommend doing this on, for example, a rogue. I'm doing this on a Death Knight for a very specific reason I will explain later. So just pull all the trash like I'm doing now. As you can see, there's a lot of it. I believe I counted it all using a macro. It was around 90 mobs a pull. I think this is more than you get in Pit of Saron and the first spot. So you want to kill them all and then just loot all of it like I'm doing now. And it's very important that you do not kill Hagen the Unclean in the next room, because that means this trash will never respawn for you. So I'm using a Death Knight because I can just Death Gate out, go to Web and Hold, and then I can use a vendor to just vendor all of my trash, and then Death Gate back, like so, and return straight to Dragon Blight and do this. Or you can be a rogue and run out. Now this is the where you want to do the trick to reset the trash. Now once you've killed Noth on 10 man, reset all your instances and switch the raid to 25 man difficulty. If you go into the raid and try and reset it on the 10 man you just did, you will find that the trash will not reset and it will be empty up to Hagen the Unclean. But if you go into 25 man and head back down there, you will see that the trash actually resets, and then each time you kill all the trash you can reset it, but you have to make sure you're on 25 man each time you do. Or for example, it works in reverse. If you kill Noth on 25 man and then reset and change it to 10 man, you can then essentially farm it on 10 man. I don't think there's any difference, the mob count is essentially the same, but I did it on 25 man, and as you can see, here is where my sphere dropped. It took a many hundreds of runs, I'm going to say. I didn't count, but I'm very happy I finally got this. I hope this guide actually helps some people in trying to get this toy. I know there might be a mount in Legion involved with getting enough toys. This one I wouldn't recommend be one that you farm initially, but if you're desperate for some or you're a collector, I'd say this is a good way to get it. Hopefully I went more in depth and offered some more spots than regular guides, and I didn't just tell you it's a world drop. So I hope this helped anyone that's trying to get this toy. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.